All right, we are live. Pretty sure. So from yesterday's stream, I had learned some things. Apparently, the maker taker fees that I was calculating in are not correct. It's not just when you buy and sell. It has to do with the market and also whether or not your offers are taken or directly by other offers. So it's a little bit more complicated, and it's actually like probably something I can't really test for. I'm not really 100% sure. So I think the thing is I really should just kind of optimize my algorithms for maximum return and then really hope that the fees don't kill me. I'm thinking a fee of 0.2% probably isn't going to destroy, my earnings or anything like that, but it definitely makes a difference. So, yeah. It's something that I'm probably not going to really be able to calculate effectively until I do actual live trading. Just because, you have to actually integrate, you have to actually trade with the market to understand exactly what your fees are going to be and stuff like that. So, and a lot of time it fluctuates between like 0 and 0.3%. So, yeah. But I don't think it's going to be detrimental to any algorithms that develop or anything like that. I think today what I want to do is mess around with an exponential moving average instead of just the cumulative moving average. I feel like the cumulative moving average is good, but I think the exponential cumulative or the exponential simple moving average is probably going to be more accurate for what I'm trying to do. And I guess the thing is, I think what I did yesterday was actually really good. The smoothing, I think that helped a lot. And that's something I'm going to want to tinker around with. And so like basically what I want to do today is get the exponential simple moving average or the exponential moving average algorithm working. And then what I kind of want to do is set up some sort of like almost like a Monte Carlo style simulation where it runs through some different scenarios to try to optimize for what's the best ratio of numbers. So like, am I averaging 50 samples or 100 samples or 1,000 samples or 2,000 samples? And so kind of iterating through those steps to kind of find, okay, where's that optimal strategy? And so there's the two averages. There's going to be the smoothing average and the trading average. So there's two different ones. And that's something that's probably going to take on the order of like hours, 2 days. So I actually will probably set that up on a different computer and let it run. And then I'll probably try to analyze the results after that. Because not only am I going to run it on multiple scenarios, but I'm also going to run it on multiple cryptocurrencies as well. So it's going to take a lot of CPU time to do that. And so that's kind of what I'm going to go through. At the end of the day, I feel like it almost doesn't matter, but I at least want to have some confidence in like, okay, if I'm going live, even though I have no idea about the fees and even though I have no idea about how it's going to perform live, I at least want to have some confidence that like, okay, you picked a strategy that's at least going to work reasonably. And if things are similar to the way they are now, then it should perform. The other interesting thing is like, I don't know, let me just run this again, because what I was seeing was, these trades I guess it is doing, multiple trades on certain days, but sometimes it skips like a whole week and it's not even like trading. So, this isn't something that I'm going to be able to like live test for a day and be like, oh, I made a certain percentage in a day. It's not really going to be like that. It's going to be more, it's definitely going to be more of a long-term thing. And so I'm going to want to have a lot of different strategies out there, working to optimize for, my entire portfolio. So, yeah, so that's kind of what I'm doing. And I'm down to, so there's two different exchanges. So I've been kind of talking about Bitfinex lately. Apparently Bitfinex is like not US, but like you can't use it in the US. I didn't know that until like yesterday. So there's really two options, popular options. There's Kraken and Coinbase Pro. And Coinbase Pro seem to have higher fees, but the advantage of Coinbase Pro is on the exchange, there's a lot more people trading. So you have more opportunities to actually get your offers taken. So it's like a catch-22 where like you're paying the exchange more, but you have better opportunity to actually make trades versus Kraken where, you're making, you're giving the exchange less of a percentage, but since the trading volume is lower there, then you might not even be able to do all the trades that you want to do. Because if nobody's going to buy what you're selling, and if nobody's going to sell what you're buying, then you're out of luck. So, yeah, this was the strategy yesterday. I tweeted out this OMG. It went from, I think it starts out at like $1 and then ends up at like $2.40. The strategy would have made me 1.6 million, and I gave the exchange $292,000. That's pretty sweet. But I'm not like banking on any kind of success like that. But I mean, I very well think if you get into some of these alternative coins and it starts to take off, then you certainly can see some type of massive gains. I mean, in this case, actually, if I can just look at the chart, I don't know if the chart's going to load or not. There we go. In this case, I probably made a ton of gains like right here, right? Like I bought down here and I sold up here. That's a huge gain. That's at least a 3x gain on my investment. And so I just continually keep doing that. And so, yeah, that's this chart is really struggling because it's like a million data points. It's like a couple million data points. So it really has no, it's super slow. It can't even like keep up with everything. But that's okay. I get the rough idea of what's going on here. Yeah. So, yeah, let's get down to it. Let's make an exponential moving average. Math. Wow. Exponential. By the way, I'm super impressed with this mic. I did it on the live stream yesterday, and I thought it sounded really good. I think there's like a little bit of noise on the low, like if you crank up your volume like a lot. You can hear it, but I mean, overall, it's just like really pretty good. So I'm happy with it. It's gonna make me sound a lot better on like Zoom calls and any kind of streaming or podcasts or anything like that. So I'm pretty happy with it. All right, exponential. So there's a weighted moving average. Oh, I gotta sneeze. All right. So the exponential moving average. So it's weighted sum over weighted count. I see. What is alpha? Represents the degree of weighting decrease. So a constant smoothing factor between 0 and 1. Gotcha, yeah. So if it's 1, then this would be 0, and then you would just be taking out all of the rest of it. Okay. And so, like, that's another thing for the exponential moving average. But what's nice about the exponential moving average is it tracks closer with, so like, if we look at this map or this chart here, like if with my moving average, it would basically be, you can't really see. So like down here, it'd be like trout, it'd be like going like this. But then the average would kind of go like this. Well, apparently it went up, but like I'm assuming the spikes were like up here. So it like kind of went like this. But with the exponential moving average, it'll track really close to the line, but it'll be just slightly after the line. So you'll be able to capture, I think you'll be able to capture a more accurate representation of what the trend line is actually doing. So that is the goal. Okay. So it seems like I need I'm sure I can probably just exponential moving average JavaScript. Here we go. Look at that. Yep. Okay. Yeah, so like literally any of these are going to work fine. I wonder what this K equals 2 over M range. Oh, this is the K. Aha. Here it is. So that's for an approximation, not for the actual exponential moving average. But it's true though, like if you have a limited number of terms, then the question is how far back the initial value depends. In the worst case on the data, very small price variation. So, so yeah, any of these will work. I probably will just use Oh, okay. So this range is just the number of points that you want to go out to. Okay. So, it could be like 20 or 50 points or something like that. Cool. All right. Yeah, I'm going to take this one here. And then do function EMA prices range. So I don't even need to, well, I guess the range, yeah, I guess it matters for them. The range technically could just be the length of prices if I just send it. So like if I do this prices dot length and then get rid of that. And then whatever I send in prices is yeah. So this one, let me just get rid of this too. And then I'll get rid of this. And then where do I do CMA? Get rid of this. Perfect. Cool. Now I can just replace it with EMA. And then what does it return? See, I'm just returning one price. This returns an entire array. So what does that mean? Does that mean I would need to average the line? Or average all of the points in the array? So what does it do then? So it pushes in prices. So this calculates, I just want, yeah, this would calculate weird. Maybe I don't like this one as much. Maybe I like this one a little more. Except the weight multiplier and t-index doesn't really matter. I just do the array. Oh, he basically makes it, if it gets to the end, then it returns undefined, and then when it returns undefined, it just is the t-index minus 1, and then the price is the y. Price minus y. Yeah, so with this one, oops. With this one, it's doing this, but then stuffing it into an array. So I don't really want that. I just want Well, I guess I can just like take a look at this and see what happens. So if I throw in EMA here now, and I'll just cut all this stuff out because, well, how am I going to do this? I might just do a different backtest function for now until I return the actual data that actually, you know what? I'll just do this. No, because I still need to do all this buffer stuff. All right, well, let me try to at least return what so with this one, it says the price minus YMEA. So that's only computing it with the previous one. But I guess the K, I don't know, that's interesting. But all right, anyway, so what it should be is I should actually just be able to get the last indice of this array. And that should be the average, I'm assuming. So let me just do this. I'll just copy this. And instead of returning EMA array, it's going to be average is going to equal the EMA array dot length. Yeah, because it's pushing it in, so it's going to be at the end. And the current, I'm still doing basically a cumulative moving average for the smoothing. So I think that's a good smoothing. Yeah, let's try that. I'll have it spit out. So EMA. I don't think I want to do 1,000. Maybe 100. Maybe I want to do 1,000. I don't know. I feel like it's going to take a while to calculate that though, because I have to for loop through 1,000 points every single time. But yeah. I don't know. Let's just see what happens. I don't think I actually did that right, but maybe I did it right. I don't know. Let's see. So far, it hasn't made any trades. I probably should have console logged things, even if they weren't trades. Yeah, let me do that. Because let's just do this. I'll get rid of this. Doesn't really matter. Okay. Yeah, we're not getting anything. Nothing. So I don't think I'm calculating that right. So let me see. What am I spitting out here? The trade, the type, the average, undefined, the current, and the previous. So the average is actually not getting calculated correctly, which is interesting. EMA array. So let me just console. It should be undefined, I'm assuming, but yeah, it's just undefined. So let me just do this, where I console log the entire array and see what's in this array. Okay, there's definitely stuff in the array. You would think. I thought you would just do that, but apparently not. Yeah, it's a length minus 1. Yeah. Okay. I guess I'm a newbie JavaScript developer, if I don't even know that. Okay, now let's try something here. Okay, I still don't know if I'm doing any trades though. So I might, oh, interesting. My average is like, where does it cross over here? Oh, we had it true. Okay, cool. All right. Let's see what happens. I'll do it for like a day or something, just so you have a better idea of what's going on. Instead of doing 2020 to 2021. Let me do 2021 to 2021, 2, there. And we'll do 1 day of data. Boom. Okay. Oh, wow. So that's definitely not right. Let me we do like 2 weeks worth of data. Well, I mean, maybe it's right. It's interesting that I didn't sell or buy here. But let me see what my profits look like. Okay. All right. Well, things are still going up. That's cool. Very, very strange. All right. Well, so let's do something here. Let's do the cumulative moving average versus the exponential moving average. So script. I'm gonna add. This is gonna be EMA, and I'm gonna add another one called CMA. CMA, and then this is going to be, instead of average, it's going to be EMA, and this is going to be CMA. And then I got to go back into this guy and find where I do EMA here. So EMA action instead of just so basically I'm just going to copy this and paste it again. So it's going to be the EMA action buffer. And then this is going to be CMA, CMA, and then instead of this being this averages, I call this EMA action buffer, and it's still going to pump out averages, but this is going to be CMA averages. That's actually going to be EMA. And then I'll put this here, and this is going to be EMA. And then I'm going to do this again for the CMA. Open. It should be the same indices for I guess I'll just do it. I guess I'll just do it again. So let me see here. This is going to be CMA, and I just won't do the open again. This will be CMA averages. That push, and then I'll close my for loop, and then I'll do CMA C. Okay. Let's see if that works. Not implemented. What happened? EMA action buffer is not defined. Oh, you're right, aren't you? CMA action buffer. EMA action buffer. There we go. Action buffer is not defined. Oops. Do I do anything with action? No. Okay. I'm just gonna get rid of that then. There we go. Okay. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So like you can see my I mean, honestly, the cumulative moving average is actually not that much different than the exponential moving average, but that's very interesting. It's just slightly different, but like you can see here, the exponential moving average got a better well, did it? Did it get a better cell? It looks like it almost got a worse cell. Yeah, the cumulative moving average seems to be doing better in this scenario. But number one, I don't know if it's actually even being calculated correctly. And number two, obviously playing around with some of the different buffer sizes will make a difference. So like if I do like 100 with this, it's going to make a lot more trades. But it's probably going to be interesting. That's pretty wild. So with 100 trades, like look at the exponential moving average is like tracking pretty much exactly with the data. Momentum crossovers. I don't know. What's a momentum crossover? I think that's what I'm doing. If you had to sum it up in a where momentum crosses the zero line. Yeah, I'm basically I'm calculating. This is 0x couch commented here. Who I don't even know how long ago he commented, but he's wondering what strategy I'm implementing. I'm actually implementing these moving averages. So I'm calculating. Right now, I'm just comparing a cumulative moving average versus an exponential moving average, and what I'm seeing here is that, well, I'm not actually, actually, let me see which one's doing better and which one's doing worse. So this is CMA action type. I'll just do like a CMA. And then I'll do an EMA here just to see which strategy is actually doing better. Refresh. So the EMA is definitely doing way worse, and the cumulative moving average is doing way better. That's so weird. Super weird. Oh, but you know what though? I have to have like different positions for each of them too. that's probably why. I think, unless my positions, I think those are global variables. Let me see. Trade. When I do trade, it's current portfolio, current stock. Yeah. So I would need to do EMA current and CMA current. And then I would do and then down here, it's going to be CMA current. Okay, let's try that again. This should still be running. Yeah, so still the cumulative moving average is doing much better. But my buys and my sells are actually calculated differently too. Oh yeah, it's only see, am I doing anything? So I got buys, sells. Yeah, I need to update that with the because right now it's doing the buys. Oops, it's doing the buys and sells with the EMA, but not with the CMA. But the CMA is still doing much better from an overall trading perspective, which is interesting. It's very interesting. Let me try to up it to like a bigger buffer. Oh. Let me do this. Oh, because I was only... Oh, okay. I see. See, now they're pretty similar, but I mean, obviously you can see that the exponential moving average is tracking pretty close with the cumulative moving average when you're out that far. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, I don't know how much I like my exponential moving average. I kind of like the cumulative moving average. I feel like it makes more sense for me. But then again, what do I know? But if I change both of these to 100 or something like that, I'll change this to 100 as well, then they both should track pretty closely. And the exponential moving average, this cumulative moving average, is there any way you could come in for a few minutes? Yeah, I guess I've been streaming for about an hour. All right, I think I'm done for today. Very interesting results. The exponential moving average, which is the cumulative moving average. I'm going to have to play around with the exponential more, even just to understand the code that I copied and stuff like that. So, but as far as it looking here, the cumulative moving average seems to be doing much better. So let's see if I did this. I'll do a whole year and see what happens. Oh, except I don't really want to do, I mean, maybe I want to do 100. Doesn't really matter. So we're into, all right, let's just see how it's doing now. Wow. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, the cumulative moving average is definitely doing quite a bit better. So, I don't know. Something I'll have to play around with for sure. But, all right, I'm off for today.